Alien Romulus is the latest to release in Fede Alvarez filmography, so it's time to stop and rank them all from my least favorite to my favorite. Welcome to Cinema, where we focus on a film. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema. Let me know that I'm comfortable how you would rank the filmography yourself and be respectful of other opinions down in comments below. We all have our own views, what we find objective to our own liking of our own experience. So be respectful. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're ready to join in film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. And in last place we have The Girl in the Spider's Web, a sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This time we're missing David Fincher with any involvement to the film, and while it still has its own good merits for having a mystery, having an action, and Fede Alvarez offers great cinematography throughout all of his films, and this is no different, taking in on a setting in New Zealand and having this bleak and snowy setting that really livens up the arena in a whole different way. There's great action throughout that. Claire Voy has great work with her performance as well, being the girl with the dragon tattoo and taking on this sister as well as these other characters that flow on throughout, and just a great mystery to be had throughout. And there's just some aspects of the film that hold it back a little bit just because there's a few too many character perspectives for me personally. This researcher and this writer, this detective as well. And you're getting the villain plot as well that just builds too many layers to what I'm really comprehending throughout the film as a whole, that holds it back a little bit more than I would have liked as well. But at number 3 we have Don't Breathe, a one-set location in this house where these invaders of this ex-military man's home, they don't know what they're getting into, and that goes about in such a different way that I did not expect. What you're getting through different twists along the ways, different traps and things and characters you're finding within the house that takes different turns and twists that really livens up what the experience is like. Many different shock values that really feel like they earn their place within the story, but also having this dangerous man that's the owner to the home that really enhances the experience, just being a blind man. And so you're just really sucked into the story, not knowing how to really comprehend certain moments that are really going on, but also caring for the invaders. Even though they're supposed to be the heroes, they're also invaders that shouldn't be invading the home. And so there's just different comprehension to how you dissect the morality of the story as a whole. And at number 2 we have the Evil Dead remake. Now just what he brings, it's very good for what we get off of the campy vibe of the 1980s original from Sam Raimi. This one is a little bit more stable and dramatized and more my style that I just love for the nature of what it has to behold. Its own take on the story that has this great one set location. Once again, it feels claustrophobic. The effects and bloodiness feels gory all throughout, really livens up the experience that takes some unexpected turns, how they build upon the effects and the props and making everything so more surreal just with how bloody it really gets. But that's something that shock value can really win me over at the end of the day, making it another great one from Fede Alvarez that really livens up what he does with his camera work. Which leaves at number 1 Alien Romulus. Just like Evil Dead remake, Fede Alvarez takes on a remake of the Alien and taking it as a sequel and a prequel between Alien and Aliens 2, and what we get out of that just creates a great combination from Ridley Scott's Alien and James Cameron Aliens. And so what we get out of the deep and thoughtful sci-fi elements as well as the action over here creates a great combination that doesn't interfere with each other too much at any means, and just while we're not getting something completely fresh, it's still something that wins me over, just with the great combination that feels like it's slightly missing from each piece of the puzzle that just creates some great interesting characters. You get some proper motives that pulls me in, and the bloody antics go on from Evil Dead Remake and continue on with this in such an interesting way, with some great cinematography and lighting throughout. Just the effects as a whole is so tremendous. What we get out of the xenomorphs, even though we've seen them before, we've been frightened from them before, there's something so much more terrifying by the way things are lit up, the effects and ways we get cramped on in the cabin. Something Fede Alvarez is great on, just cramming us in this one case, getting us claustrophobic, and also introducing this android character that's quite compelling as well. He feels more human than some of the other Alien movie characters that we got in the past. So just what we got out of the whole vibe as a whole, it's something that makes Fede Alvarez a great director in my personal book. So that's just my ranking of Fede Alvarez films from my least favorite to my favorite. Let me know down in the comments below how you would rank this film. Be respectful of others' opinions down in the comments below. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're ready to join in the film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. So that's just all, and make sure to do yourself a favor and go watch a movie.